So today is a very joyous day at the Abbey. We've welcomed an Agarika into the community. Yvonne is joining us to train. And so whenever we have an ordination, whatever kind it is, always brings such joy to my mind. And I was thinking a bit about why that is. And gosh, there's many reasons. One of them is that as we continue to grow, then the Buddha Dharma thrives in the West, and that's important and joyous for me because this path brings clarity of the mind, brings joy, makes life meaningful, and that's been my own experience. And to have that spread to others is the best thing, And so as more, especially younger people, join the community, then this place will thrive for a long, long time, long after I'm gone. And that brings a lot of peace to my heart. I was always also thinking about the last teachings. In the last while, we've really been getting a lot of teachings on the self-centered attitude, which I don't know about you, but informs pretty much everything I do. So, it's how can I get happiness? It's all about me. And so to be able to identify the self-centered attitude and to start chipping away at it is very beneficial, not only for myself, not only for the people in the community, but anybody that we interact with. It's helpful because how we act influences everybody around us, certainly. So I was thinking about how I feed the self-centered attitude versus how I chip away at it and make it smaller. So in this country right now, there's a lot of division. There's like always two camps. And from my perspective, the right camp and the wrong camp, So, we're always doing that. And when I get into that pattern, I'm feeding my self-centered attitude. And it's really happy at the time. But after I quit, and then I really try to take a read about how I feel, I'm quite miserable, actually, It's very habitual, of course. And I think on some level, very primitive level, when I'm doing that, I think that I'm doing something, when I'm getting into the us, them, and the good and evil, the right and wrong, and, those opposing camps. It feels on some level that I'm kind of doing something. And I am doing something. I'm making myself miserable, and I'm feeding the self-centered attitude. And it's not helpful. So then that kind of brings me back around to why this community is so important, why Buddhism and spreading it is so important, why transforming our minds is so important, because everybody is under the influence of the self-centered attitude. And we're a group of people that understand the misery that brings, and we talk about it, and we try to live through it. And that gets people's attention. When I act out of genuine care and concern for somebody instead of the self-centered attitude, that affects. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. And people take note of that. And that's how I can connect with any other living being, no matter who they are and what they believe in and what camp I think they're in. And so, you know, in this world right now with a 24-hour news cycle that pretty much brings forth information based on these two different camps and the right and wrong of everything, it continues to bombard my mind with the differences of people. And that is erroneous. That is not helpful. Every living being is so similar. We have so many more similarities than differences. So we have to kind of go against the stream here and keep remembering that, so that we can bring our heart open to connect with another person instead of recognizing their differences and then feeling separate. I mean, that's how it feels for me. You know, if I'm thinking about somebody that is so different than me, or I'm hearing commentary or whatever about somebody that's so different than me, that just, again, feeds self-centered attitude. Fear can arise, distrust, anger, all of the afflictions. That's not helpful. So it's up to me to turn my mind and see how we are similar. What kind of conversations can we start having with strangers or people that come here or when we're out in the world? If we start approaching the conversation and talking about our similarities, that would be a good conversation. And so on this day when there's so much joy in the community because we have a new member, we can recommit to our vision here and following the profound Buddha's teachings so that we can transform our minds and bring this information to other people that are in misery and also suffering, so that we can all start going in the same direction and transcend this samsaric world.